What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to talk about the first ever fantasy Counter-Strike 2 game. Alright, it's Intel Extreme Master Sydney. We're going to talk about predictions, fantasy drafts, some nice booster changes to know about when making your team and putting out the boosters. And just to put out as well, I didn't do the 2 games blast fall showdowns because my old computer didn't start, but now I got a new one, so it's no problemo from now on. So yeah, with that said, let's jump into the predictions. Now first, there are now going to be MR12. And MR12 best of ones is probably even more built up for upsets than best of ones with MR15. So first off, we go to see Vitality without Zonic versus BetBoom. I believe still that Vitality is the better squad to take it. I know it's a new game, but it's still the same game, you know what I mean. So but BetBoom, nothing against these players, really good team. They showed some decent performances. They could make the upset here in this best of one. That's what I'm saying. But I still see Vitality take it if I had to pick one team. Now go down to FaZe versus Game Legion. FaZe got incredible good individual players. I've seen Robs play Counter-Strike 2. I've heard that also Twists likes it very much. And I see FaZe winning this easy versus Game Legion. They brought in snacks, but I don't see that it will make much of a difference. Now, worth to say as well is that I don't know how much Gamer Legion or some of these other teams has been practicing Counter-Strike 2. But yeah, I still see FaZe winning this opener. Going down to NaVi versus Apex. I see NaVi winning, great individual players there as well. Apex shown to be a good team, but I have to pick one team here, guys, and it's going to be NaVi. But in a best of one MR12, of course Apex could win, but I have to pick a team. I will pick NaVi. Now probably what people think is the easiest opener, I think it is that as well. But some people have told me like, oh, Vertex has been playing 150 hours of Counter-Strike 2 the past 2 weeks. Yeah, but I still don't see them beating MOUZ, but because MOUZ has been incredible the last matches of Counter-Strike Go. So yeah, like Searchin here, it's for the past 3 months, but the last month I know about Jimpphat, and Searchin has like 1.20 rating or so, and add that up with Torsi and Frozen, they just should win this easy, guys. All right. And with that said, we're going down to... No, actually, we could see the semifinals here. I mean, Vitality versus FaZe here, then I still believe FaZe will win. Vitality are maybe not as prepared without Sonic, and I just have a great feeling about FaZe for this tournament. So yeah, I would bet on FaZe here. And if MOUZ versus NaVi is playing in these semifinals, I think that it's like the most 50-50 game that will be played in this tournament. So that's really hard for me to say. Either team could win there, I believe. But with that said, we're going to Group B, alright? So first of all, we got ENCE versus Linvision. Linvision showed some great performances in ESL Pro League, I believe it was. But they are facing ENCE, one of the best teams in the world. Of course, it's the best of one. Upsets can happen. Maybe Linvision got some tricks up their sleeve, I don't know. But I have to pick the favorites here, and that is ENCE. And now going down to Cloud9 versus Fnatic. I don't have a good feeling about Fnatic. They have shown some lack of performances in the end of CSGO. I used Roy and Dexter in one of my fantasy games. I shouldn't have done that. Roy has dropped down a lot. But on the other team here, we got Cloud9 on the upswing. We've seen Axile do pretty good the last couple of matches. We know one of the best riflers in the game. So I see Cloud9 winning this. Monty versus Complexity. Now, I read the article that Monty is a team that has been practicing Counter-Strike 2, and Monty is a good team. Now, I don't know how much complexity has been playing Counter-Strike 2, but against a European team like Monty, I don't believe they got what it takes, and therefore I will go with Monty as the winner of this matchup. And here we got G2 versus Greyhound, maybe the second easiest opener of the groups, but as I said before, upsets can happen. But G2's G2. I mean, Nico is one of the, or maybe the best rifler in the game, and he got some nice backups. I've seen Monisi play on some Counter-Strike 2, and he looked good. So I see G2 winning this. All right. ENCE versus Cloud9, a really hard one. Like, if ENCE play like they used to in the last month or so, I still see them winning, but Cloud9 is on the upswing. So here we get to see like where they are. Could they beat a team like ENCE, or will they not? I don't know, and therefore I most probably will avoid players from these teams, but we'll see. And here Monty versus G2. If it is that matchup, I actually believe that Monty could take it, going in hard, practicing Counter-Strike 2. But G2 is G2. But I actually could, like, if I would bet on one upset game, it should be, for me at least, Monty versus G2 here, Monty taking it. But with that said, we're going into the fantasy draft. First of all, we're going to look at the most picked players here. I understand why MOUZ, the two cheapest MOUZ players are the most picked. It's because of their opener, which is fine. Shuhu, pretty good budget pick. We got Hltv. I don't know if I heard it or read it somewhere that Hltv is not feeling Counter-Strike 2 that much and hasn't practiced it a lot. I believe he will drop pretty bad in rating. So I wouldn't recommend actually getting Hltv here, guys. Snappy should be a really good pick with the eco-friendly role. Eco-friendly it is, yeah, right. I don't like the Apex budget pick, but just because of I won't most probably pick any Vitality players. I will get into that. Electronic here could be like the most valuable player in this tournament, and that is because Hobbit is now the in-game leader. Electronic can just focus on his rifle game, and we know that when Electronic has been playing his rifle game, he has been a golden frame player, alright? Monisi, I just believe that people think that G2 will win Group B, and therefore they want a really good player from G2. Somewhat agree, but not fully. Now Robs, this is like, I think many people have seen him play on Twitch and stuff like that, and that is because he's picked a lot. He's been playing really good actually. So let's jump into the draft here, guys. First of all, we got the Vitality players. I think they're pretty expensive, and I won't get any of the Vitality players. For a budget pick, Apex is expensive, I believe, and doesn't fit so good with any roles either. Mage is too expensive. Sawu is about his price tag, but it's too risky to go with Sawu now when it's Counter-Strike 2, MR12. We don't know how much the AWP will be used and stuff like that. Flames maybe an okay pricing, and Spinks is maybe a little bit too expensive or something like that. But I don't like picking any Vitality players right now. ENCE players, maybe Snappy, good budget pick with the eco-friendly role. I will for now avoid the golden players here at ENCE. Madden is pretty expensive, I believe. He should be around 200, maybe just under 200 for being a valuable player. Jimpphat is maybe okay pricing. So if you like ENCE, I would go with Jimpphat and Snappy, something like that. G2, Nico falled off at the end of CSGO, but we all know Nico, with his raw skill, he could just go in, absolutely dominate Counter-Strike 2. So actually somewhere I would prefer playing using Nico instead of Monisi. but that's just a personal preference. Hunter, pretty okay player as well to pick. I believe JKS is good with the support role, but I would avoid Hoxie actually. So if I would pick one, maybe Nico or maybe JKS with the support role, just to get one player from G2. MOUZ Sports, I know many players will use at least one player from MOUZ Sports, but maybe two. And mostly it will be Shuhi that's going to be picked because of his price tag and that he has an easy opener. But I know for a fact that Searchan is incredible at entry fragging, and it is extremely good at entries, and that is really important with the roles. So he is actually a tempting pick for me. Looking down at NaVi, now I think many are missing out on NaVi actually, including myself, but I don't know if I will pick one here or not. Alexi B is good with the support role, pretty good budget pick I would say. Ima is getting his form back, Bit has been looking incredible, JL is decent, and Simple is simple, you know. One of the, if not the best player of the whole CSGO era. Go down to Monty. Actually, going here with Monty, a player from Monty could be good to have in your team, guys. And looking at the price tag of Bro here, we see his rating is around 1 rating he has, and of the price of 184. And Hooksy is also 184. So I would actually go Bro over Hooksy any day. And he's also good with the Aegis role, I know. So guys, trust me, if you're going to budget pick, switch out Hooksy and pick Bro instead, alright? DMQ has been looking incredible as well. Krasnal has been looking better. Now, when I look at the all players, I don't know how the meta will look like how much will the AWP be used? Like, will they buy it a lot? Will they never buy it? So I'm not feeling like picking all players just because putting the main op role on them. You could still pick all players but put another role, but we'll get into the roles later. Now, drop down, so far down we got FaZe. I mean, they should be at the top, you know. I mean, look at these players and everyone is silver framed. I will most probably go with 2 FaZe players. I haven't decided which ones yet. Probably not Carrigan. I don't like him right now, no, I don't. I just don't like him. But I mean, look, Rain, he is a good player, extremely cheap. Twist has dropped down and has been playing a lot of Counter-Strike 2. Robs has been doing it as well, and Brokey is also very cheap. I mean, do you remember when these were golden frame players? I mean, it was not a long time ago, all right? So I absolutely understand if people pick FaZe players here, and I also recommend it. Cloud9, now Hobbit has dropped down. He's now the in-game leader, so he could actually, maybe this is the price he should be at actually. But Electronic is very tempting. Also with Exile actually, because he used to be like 218, you know, something like that. And also Electronic used to be a gold player when he was in his rifle duties. So of course Electronic pretty tempting. Exile as well. I would avoid Shiro for now. Perfecto, one of my favorite support players in the game, but for now just maybe a little bit too expensive, alright? Gamer Legion, avoid them. Complexity, no. Fnatic, no. Apex, no. Linvision, no. Greyhound, no. Bet Boom, maybe. Maybe a player from Bet Boom could be good, actually. I mean, Sorted for 203. He could absolutely get like a 110 rating against the better teams, you know. And absolutely not pick anyone from Vertex. Alright? I might have to eat that up later. I don't know. But yeah, so with that said, we're going to make just a fast team of a little bit of how I'm thinking here, guys. I will pick maybe something like Searchan, Shuhi, something like this. I have to get Rops or something like this. Incredible good player. Maybe Brookie. Yeah, and then we can avoid Bro. How much do we got? 3,000 left. But this is like the first thing I haven't done this before. I just did this now. And usually actually the first team you build, I believe, could be the better one. Alright? So first of all, looking at Xerxen, I have made a team with him before here. We can see that the entry role is extremely good with Xerxen. We all know that. Shuhi, I don't know, maybe... I know I've talked about Noob as the insurance role, but we could use Noob or we could use the in-game leader. I just put Noob on him for now. Brokey, I don't know about the AWP role. I will put it on him for now, but maybe in-game leader could be better, or maybe defender actually. Actually, I will put defender on him for now because I don't know how much the AWP will be using. All right, Aegis machine on Bro, great trigger rate. So yeah, and here we got that, guys. Now with the MR12 system, I don't believe that it will change very much. We have to see how much the op is going to be used before talking about the role, main op role. Support should be the same. Attacker rating and defender stat hunter, this should be the same. In game leader should be the same. Entry first kills per round, I mean, it shouldn't make a difference because doesn't matter how many rounds there are. If it's MR12 or 15, they're going to make the entry frags anyway. You know what I'm saying? Camp role could change a bit because if people are saving or not, we'll have to see that as well, how the meta looks like. And all the roles shouldn't make so much difference. But looking at the boosters, guys, this is very important. All right. Now the pistol round, not changed. The bottom of the scoreboard and top of the scoreboard are not changed. But hear me out here, guys. Like if you got an incredibly good player on your team, like someone like Nico, or maybe you got the worst player like Hooksy on your team, like in the long run, Hooksy will get at the bottom of the team, and in the long run, Nico will get at the top. All right. So with the system getting down to MR12, it will be easier for someone like Hooksy to not get last, but like fourth best in his team. You know, I think you understand where I'm getting with this. And same with the top of the scoreboard. The longer, the better for someone like Nico to get to the top, but in fewer rounds, it's harder for Nico to stay at the top and someone else taking the spot. You know? Avenger is changed. Player gets 4 or more trade kills instead of 5. Same with the bait, 4 times instead of 5. Knife roll isn't changed. Clutch isn't changed. Flash, actually don't know if that's changed. Someone comment below if you know the flash was 5 before, or if it's 4, it was 4 before as well. Mr. Consistent not changed. Kobe not changed. Saver, I believe not changed. I believe it was survive 3 more lost rounds before as well. Assist is changed, now 4 instead of 5. Aimbot not changed. Quad is not changed. Carry is changed, and this is really good because before it was 25 kills, and with the MR12 system that will be really hard. So now it's 20 kills instead, so it will be easier to trigger. Cannon fodder, I think they buffed this as well. I think it was he had to survive 6 rounds or something like that before, but now it's 5 rounds. 5 rounds or fewer on a map for it to trigger. Farmer, I believe it's not changed, and this feeling 10 to 2 is not changed either. So this is how I'm thinking, guys. First ever video for the not maybe first ever video, but first ever fantasy game for Counter-Strike 2. I'm really excited. I just long for see and watch the games. So thanks for the support. Leave a like, comment, you know, all that, and I'll see you in the next video.